everybody, and welcome to the final live stream of this week of online open day live events. This is the live event about our Access to HE program, which is a fantastic program and opportunity for adults who have maybe not gone through the standard route or don't have the standard entry requirement qualifications for university to work towards that and to be able to go to university maybe when you thought you never could. So I'm just going to start the presentation really quickly with to let you know a bit about the whole online open day process, to give you that information about how you engage. So first off, if you've come here today straight from the website by clicking on the link for the live stream event, welcome. That's fantastic that you just want to find out a bit more about it. But if you do want to continue in the process and to get enrolled on the courses in the long run, then you will need to register. Go back to the website after this live stream at leicesterlearns.ac.uk and fill in the registration form, which you'll find at the bottom of that page. That gives us your contact details, lets us know what courses you're interested in, etc. So we'll be able to get back in contact with you, and you will be in process for there. If you don't do that, we won't be able to contact you back about the rest of it. So we want your involvement in the live stream Q&As today. So if you there's a little icon on the right of your screen that the box might already be open to say this, but if not, there's a little icon to click on the right of your screen, which is a question mark and 2 speech bubbles, and that's where we want you to text in a message in with any questions or comments that you've got. It will come up with the name that you have logged in as. So if you'd prefer to ask that question anonymously, there's a little box underneath that ask a question box that that you tick to allow you to do that. We can assure you that all of your questions and comments come into us here at the live stream studio before we publish them. So we only publish things that you ask that might be a general question that other people would like to know the answer to, so that we can share that information and let everybody know about that. If we ask you for your personal details, or if you want to send us those personal details so that we can get back in contact with you about anything after this live stream, then you feel free to message us those, and we will not publish those for the other attendees to see. So if you're struggling with any of this online world or online process, or anything in relation to the open day process is frustrating you, is not working properly, then please do get in contact with us as soon as you can on 0116 454 1900, and somebody will give you help and advice to try and get it sorted. And it might be that you let us know that something's vital is not working properly that we need to fix. So we really appreciate you contacting us rather than just getting frustrated with us. Equally, you can send us an email on opendays@leicesterlearns.ac.uk and we'll respond to you from there. In a minute, we're going to go through and pass over to Jackie Mills, the program leader for the Access course, to give you more complete information about the course. But just letting you know what the process will be after that. If you decide that you are interested in these courses, you'll need to take an initial assessment. For the Access courses, this is the format of a written assessment. So you will be emailed on request. You'll be emailed a document, a PDF document with spaces and gaps for you to fill in, type in and respond and return to us, and your assessment will be marked from there, and then you'll be given a response about whether or what level of the Access course you're ready for. But Jackie will give you more information about that in the presentation. The full enrolments will happen starting from next week. So once you've been agreed which courses that you are able to enrol on, that information will be sent to our enrolment advice team, and they'll be starting to call people back from sometime next week, when the computer systems all fully completed and ready to go with the revised plans and the COVID reorganized situation. So expect a phone call if you've registered. and we've discussed which courses that you are. Expect a phone call back from them to complete the process when they'll go through the full enrolment form, and we'll also ask you at that point if you have any additional learning needs or disabilities or things that we might need to support you with in class, any adaptations or things like that, so that we can put them in place before the course starts. Fee funding is related to your UK, EU or EEA residency usually, and that is at least the last 3 consecutive years, but there are some circumstances that differ from that. Also, if you are taking a level 1 or level 2 qualification and you're unemployed, claiming an out of work benefit, or you are working but you're on a low wage under £16,009.50 a year before tax, then you'll be entitled not to pay fees for a level 1 or level 2 qualification. That's obviously if you meet the residency criteria first, but I said there are personal circumstances to this, and if you're unsure in any way, please call our enrolment advice team and they will give you full guidance on this. The level 3 qualifications have a different funding options. You will need to pay for them yourself or take out an advanced learner loan, which we will again talk to you about later on in the presentation. So just wanted to take a quick moment to reassure you that LASALS and the City Council will be following the highest safety regulations and strictly following the government guidelines to reduce the spread of COVID-19. And this will means that we will have an increased amount of online learning methods, and you'll be supported to work a bit more remotely, as we say, but the blended learning option means that you will come into class for a smaller number of classes. You still will get the classroom experience, but you will be supported to come in one time with half of your class and then complete distance learning at home for the other week. But again, Jackie will talk to you more about how that affects the access programs a bit later. So you can expect things to be a bit different at the college if you have been there before, and they will be a bit different when we are allowed to reopen after the current lockdown. So IT qualifications are really valuable, really important. Now classed as a functional skill by the government. So we cover the full range of qualifications from digital foundation skills all the way up to level 2 qualifications, and you can talk and ask us about those later. Level 2 or those level of IT skills are really invaluable for the access course. During the access course, you will be enabled to get lots of support in terms of seeking, not so much seeking future employment, but there will be some of that included, but about how to apply for your university and things like that. But we also have a careers advice service at the college, and you'll be able to access, anyone is able to access that free service. English and Maths are vital qualifications for most things and higher education, and Jackie will talk to you about the entry requirements for the access course, which do involve some level of English and Maths skills, and you will be advised about being referred to our English and Maths department if you're not at the entry requirement level, and we can get you on the list to be booked in for those assessments when they happen in late August and early September, just before the start of the term. So just on a final note, these are our contact details throughout the open day period and are ongoing. The email opendays@leicesterlearns.ac.uk will be available throughout the summer and into the start of the term, and we will have another enrolment and open day period just before the start of term as well, when you'll be able to register and undergo the initial assessment processes that way. If at any time, office working hours 9 to 5 Monday to Thursday and until 4:30 on a Friday, you can call LASALS on 0116 454 1900, talk to one of our enrolment advisors, or get a message sent through to whichever part of LASALS team that you need to speak to. So as soon as I've given you all of that information at rather high speed, I've got Jackie here as well. I'm going to send your video live so you can introduce yourself. Jackie, how are you this morning?
I'm all right, thank you, Anna.
Great, great. You've got a presentation and some other videos and things to share with the people watching today. I'm just going to take a quick moment to remind people to send a question in for that through the chat pane. Whilst Jackie, I'm going to ask Jackie to share start sharing her presentation so that we can show the people listening. But please do ask us a question. Please ask a question through that Q&A pane on the right and let us know you're here and what it is particularly that you're interested in, or if there's any information that we don't give you in this presentation.
Yeah, so just remember, no questions too silly, because if you're wondering, there's bound to be other people wondering as well.
Absolutely, that's a really good point. So if you can share your presentation on the screen, and then we'll get it sent to the live so that people at home can see it, and then you can away you go and start with your presentation.
Just trying to change the view.
And these new skills that we're learning from.
It's always a good idea to start from the beginning, isn't it?
It is. Start from the beginning, and here we go.
Here we go. So welcome to the second live stream for Access to Higher Education. I'm just going to take you through a few of the commonly asked questions and tell you a little bit more about the course. So what is it? The Access to Higher Education Diploma, it's a qualification that prepares students for university level study, and it prepares you well. It makes sure that you know how to do your research, you know how to write an academic essay, you know how to reference. So it's first and foremost a really thorough preparation for university that makes sure that when you get there, you thrive and you do well. So it's designed for people that don't have the more usual qualifications for university, like A-levels. Who can take it? There's no upper age limit. There's people in their 90s that are taking access to higher education programs in some parts of the country, because the same diploma that's recognised by the University Inspectorate is offered in lots of different colleges all around the country. What does it involve? So it's challenging and it's rewarding. I think Dan mentioned at the last live stream that he'd done an access course himself, and I'm sure that he would reinforce this. You have to work really, really hard. But what it gets for you, the doors that it opens for you, are worth that hard work. So it includes a mix of classroom study, tutorials, independent learning, homework tasks, assessment tasks, research projects, and one exam. You'll study a package of units. They're all designed to make sure, as I said before, that you are really ready for that university journey when it starts. So, what courses do we offer? We offer an Access to Higher Education Diploma at Level 3 in Business. That includes lots of HR units and general business theory units. We also offer an Access to Higher Education in social science, that's psychology and sociology, and both of those are underpinned with a programme of study skills, research skills, academic writing, a fantastic unit on how to apply to UCAS that just makes sure that when you write your personal statement, it's really selling your best qualities, and that when you make your choices, those choices are really well informed. Dion, who teaches that unit, is very experienced, and she makes sure that you know as much as you can possibly know about those courses, so you really do choose the one that's best for you. So the social science units, on a Monday it's sociology, which covers things like health and illness, environment, crime and poverty. And I recently witnessed some of those presentations that people did on the poverty unit, and it was fascinating. Everybody had a completely different perspective and a different area of interest in the subject of poverty, and the room was just buzzing with really lively debate. So on a Tuesday it's the psychology units, things like aggression, attention, memory. You might notice that attention is in a different sized shape than the other units here, and that is to grab your attention, because one of the things that they study in that is how you manage to filter out some things that you're hearing in order to pay attention to one particular focus. But then if something comes along that's very different and flashes up, it'll draw your attention away again. Like if there was a big bang outside the room that you're sitting in now, you'd suddenly lose interest in this and look outside to see what's happening. Business studies, as I said, there's a lot of HR and management units. Again, it's underpinned with theories and models, and you look at things like CSR, which is corporate social responsibility. What are businesses doing to help the community? Change. Obviously, an enormous feature of business nowadays is change and managing that change and how you might overcome resistance to change and so on. Business culture. Every business has a different sort of culture. Some you would have to be dressed very smartly to go to, whereas others are very relaxed and have beanbags in the staff room and so on. Entrepreneurship, so that's looking at small business, and quite a lot of our students are interested in that in the long run. So all of those things are taught on the business studies access course. Now, business studies and social science both run on a Monday, a Tuesday and a Wednesday. The Wednesday is the core subjects, and that's from 9:30 to 3. While we're socially distancing, the groups are going to be split into mornings and afternoons. So we will work around the students' preferences, and that will ensure that you're working in very small, safe groups. So you will be coming every Monday, every Tuesday and every Wednesday, but on Mondays and Tuesdays you'll be coming either morning or afternoon, and you'll be given plenty of work to do for the other half of the day. So don't think you're getting off lightly. On the Wednesday, the units there that are things like the academic writing will be split into small groups of no more than 4 or 5. This is while we're socially distancing. If you don't meet the entry requirements for the Access to HE diploma right now, and those entry requirements are level 2 English, if you are planning to do something like psychology at university, the university might then also ask for level 2 maths, in which case, if that's your ambition, we'd advise that you take that as well if you haven't already got it alongside the course. But level 2 English is a requirement of the course. Now, occasionally we've got people that have done it a long time ago. We had someone this year who had O-level certificates, I think, but obviously couldn't locate them after quite a lot of time. And so we also have an initial assessment which works out your readiness for the course. So it's a combination of that and your previous requirements that help us to decide which is the right course for you. If you're not quite ready for the access, we also have a pre-access course which is at level 2, and that's running on a Wednesday. And unlike the access, it won't be every week while we're socially distancing. The model for that one is that you'll come every other week, again with plenty of work to do independently in between. In terms of the fees, don't be put off by the course fees. Talk to the advisors, because there are different options. Access to higher education for over 23s is sometimes funded through an advanced learner loan, and that loan, if you go on to university and complete your degree, is written off. Under 23s, there are different funding options depending on your circumstances. So what university courses does it prepare you for? Because you're doing sociology and psychology, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to university to study those subjects. The access course is recognised as a preparation for university, and it prepares you for a wide range of subjects. There are a few exceptions. Things like nursing degrees do expect you to have access to nursing in particular, which unfortunately we don't offer. But people that are going on to generalised health studies, for example, at De Montfort University, can access that course with business studies or social science. So don't think you're restricted in what you apply for by the subject that you've chosen at access level. And just to give you an example of that, these are the courses this year's students have had offers on. So we've got counselling and psychology, business entrepreneurship and innovation, events, psychology with education, criminology, creative computing, law and criminology, business law, sports coaching, criminology and policing, law and criminal justice, education and psychology, or just psychology, business management and HR, English language and TESOL, accounting and finance. And they are from a range of different universities. Those offers have come. So from the local universities like DMU, Derby and Leicester, but further afield, Westminster, Belfast, sports science at Loughborough College, Essex, Kent, and the BIMM Institute, which is a very prestigious modern music institute where one of our students has been accepted to study music events. I'm going to give the last word before Sham shows you some short videos from some of the staff, and I'm going to give those last words to the students because the results came out on Monday, and we're really pleased to say that everybody passed and achieved their diploma. And I just wanted to share with you some of the feedback that came back by email from the students when they got their results and what they're saying about their tutors and the course. I'm really appreciative for all the support and encouragement that you offered me throughout the course. Thank you so much for everything and all the help and guidance you've given me. Last year, I never could have imagined I'd be heading off to university and capable of achieving, growing and building a foundation for my future career, helping others and providing for my 2 children. I love studying, and what I've learned in this Access course has opened new horizons to my future. Thank you, and thank you. You all gave me a lifeline to keep going, opportunities not many people have in life. Thank you for your full support, for knowing the answer to each question, for solving every problem and your full commitment all the time. You've enabled and encouraged me to achieve the goal I set out to do, and at a higher level than I thought I could. So thank you very much. This course has done wonders for me personally and professionally. So you don't have to believe me. Those words come directly from this year's students. Thank you. Sham's going to show you those videos, and then at the end there will be an opportunity to send via the chat any other questions. I very much hope to see you in September.
Sorry, that's great. I needed to unmute myself there. That's great. Thank you very much. I love that. The learners' testimonies are always the most valuable and vital things to share with other people, just so that they know the experience that they're likely to have on the course. I think that shows when it's been a difficult year as well for people, hasn't it? But
it's not been easy. It's not been easy, but they've stuck with it and they've worked so hard.
And they continue to engage with the online and to continue their learning as well. So it's a testament to the team. I know you've got a really great team there with yourself and Sadia and Sukhdev, who are 2 of the tutors, and Mercy and a number of, and Dion as well, who does
we had Rosa teaching ICT. Yeah.
So it's fantastic. They get the students on the Access programme do get a real good all around experience and a lot of support from around the college in general, the different support services. So I think that's a really great thing. So as Jackie said, we should have some videos to share so we can introduce you to some of the tutors as we go along, and so you can get a better idea of who it is that will be teaching you, and they'll give you some more information about the courses and the modules they offer. So I'm hoping for those to come along so we can share them with you in a minute. Can you just while we're waiting there, Jackie, can you tell people a little bit about the online initial assessment process that they're going to experience before they come here, so that they're clear about that?
Yes, it's slightly different to the initial assessment for some of the other subjects, and that's because it's a course where you're going to be writing quite a lot of assignments. So, and you have time, you have deadlines which you have to work to, but you can take your time over those assignments at home. So this assessment is emailed to you so that it mirrors that more accurately. So you'll receive the initial assessment by email. I encourage you to, write a fair bit. Don't just do it kind of very superficially, because you won't do yourself justice. There's some questions there. There's a bit of text. You answer the questions on the text, and then you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to do the Access course. That's then assessed to work out which is the very best level for you, whether you're ready now for level 3, in which case if you start in September you'd be going to university in September 21, or whether it's going to be better for you to do the pre-access first. So you get a week. I'll usually give you a week, email it out to you, give you a week, you email it back. It's marked as soon as possible, and then you know which level you're at. We advise the enrolment staff, so when you phone up, they know that you've been accepted onto that level course.
That's great. We were having some small difficulties with the video, so we'll come back to them in a bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to pass over to Dan Kilgariff, who's our careers advisor in the college, and he's going to give you a presentation about the free careers advice service that's on offer with us. Good morning, Dan. How are you? Good.
Hi Anna, hi, and Jackie,
In
how's it
afternoon
going?
now.
Hello.
Sorry, I do get that wrong. So here's your presentation. If you can let the people at home know more about the offer. Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. Hello to everyone that's out there at home watching, and welcome to this short introductory talk, which focuses on the careers advice and support that's provided by Leicester Adult Skills and Learning Services. So as long ago as people have worked, they have realised that work shouldn't just be about survival or hardship or income. It should be enjoyable and it should be rewarding. And many of us are much more likely to work later into our old age than ever before, maybe even in job roles which don't exist as we speak now. However, you can help future-proof your career with transferable skills for work. Having an opportunity to access good quality and impartial careers advice and information is essential when considering your future career choices. At LASALS, we offer professional, impartial careers and employment information, advice and guidance from qualified and experienced advisors. This support and advice will be tailored to your needs only. We will encourage you to aim as high as possible, and we will celebrate learners who move on to new opportunities once completing courses with us. We aim to offer you the access you need to careers advice through a variety of options, depending on your needs. From face-to-face appointments, the use of a careers library, information on careers websites or online careers and work-related activities, and signposting you to other services that may be of benefit. We aim to do this as flexibly as possible across locations and formats, such as maybe having a face-to-face appointment at the new Bishopdale Centre, or even online where possible, where a bulk of our IAG around career and course choice is currently offered during this COVID lockdown. Whether it be for future studies, employment, or a career change, our in-house career service can work with you to create a career plan and help tailor your programme to meet your needs and career goals. You can be assured that the advice and support you are offered is provided by qualified and experienced advisors working within a framework designed to maintain high standards of advice. LASALS are a matrix accredited provider, meeting their national standards for giving advice and guidance, and we continue to be rated a good provider by Ofsted across all areas of our work, including career support. So if anyone has any questions right now, please use the Q&A panel to leave us a message. Put your name, number or email and a question, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you prefer to call the college for information, please do so on 0116 454 1900. And don't forget to look out for us on Facebook and on Twitter. And that concludes this short introduction for the career service at LASALS. Thank you all for listening to it.
That's great. Thank you very much, Dan. I'm just going to share your video, and then everybody at home will know your face for when we're back in the college, and they can seek you out for any advice or support when they're there. when we're back in the real world,
Yeah.
and we're not just working in the virtual
And
world.
when we're released,
Yes.
come down to the cafe area, and at the end of the cafe area is a careers library. Come and shout at me for a socially distant discussion, and I will just add, like I did the other day, and like Jackie mentioned earlier, I am an Access course graduate. Yes, it was about 25 years ago. I was starting to show my age a little bit, but I will second. I will second that it is an ideal opportunity for people who've missed out on access to other qualifications, such as A levels, like myself, to be able to go to higher education and go on and have successful careers in a variety of different things. So I really do highly recommend Access as a route for certainly mature students into higher education.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for that personal testimony there. We have got the videos coming up in just a second, but we've had a question asked about, is it Access to HE business course for free funded? So I'm assuming that you're asking if the Access course, whether there's no fee for the Access course or not, and that depends on which level you're studying at and what your circumstances are. So the pre-Access course is a level 2 qualification, and that qualification, the eligibility and funding criteria that I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation applies to a level 2 course in the same way as it does to any of our other level 2 courses. So if you are unemployed or earning less than £16,000 a year, and you have the residency status, then you will be able to have that course for free. Unfortunately, there's no fee funding for level 3 courses, but if you come and study the Access course with us, we can offer you to apply for an advanced learner loan, which is the same style as a Access to university loan but it just covers the tuition fees, so you won't have to pay any upfront course fees for a level 3 qualification. We'll give you the details to apply for that through the student loan company, and they do widely accepting of people for an advanced learner loan. As Jackie mentioned during the presentation, if you take out an advanced learner loan for the fees for a level 3 Access course, once you have completed your university degree, then it will they will write off that amount from your student loan debt, and you will only, in inverted commas, have to pay whatever it is the universities have charged you for your for your qualification. There is no maintenance aspect to the Access course and learner loan, though, just to make that clear. It purely is there just to cover your course fees, and you will only start paying it back once you're earning more than the amount the set at the time. That information will be given to you by the student loan company. It is worth mentioning, though, that when you start the course and you've been going, once you're in the course, that you will be liable for that loan if you don't complete the course. But there is a grace period at the beginning of the qualification. It's a really important time within those first few weeks of any of the qualification courses, is to make sure that it is the right course for you and you feel that you will be able to continue in it, because we do have a grace period at the start of the course where the funding won't be drawn down, and so you won't be liable to pay for it if you decide within that initial short period that really isn't the right course for you, or in negotiation with us. But I can assure you that people have gone through the course and they've benefited a lot from it, so that's great. I'm just about to move on to the presentation from not the presentation, the video that we've got about our Access course. So I'm going to share that screen now, and then hopefully my colleague will be able to start the video at the right point in time. Here we go. This is an introduction from our tutors on the business programme, Sardia.
Welcome to my classroom. My name is Sadia. I am the business tutor for Access to HE Education. This mini video will cover areas such as what units are taught in the Business Access to HE course, how we approach the subject, and the support that is provided during the length of your course. You may be wondering about various issues that may come into conflict with this course. Rest assured, we have a deep understanding for understanding your problems and providing support where necessary. You may be a single parent or a carer or seeking permanent housing to starting education after a long gap. You may be asking yourself some questions. Will I be able to write, type, or produce any work at all? Will I be able to study again after a long gap in my education? Will I make friends? And most importantly, will the tutor understand my needs? As for your personal circumstances, most of the students share similar life experiences, and this often leads to creating new friendships and supportive environment to work in which you are motivated not just by your tutor, but also your peers. Your tutor will explain everything in steps. You are encouraged to ask questions. Assignments are explained many times just to make sure we can all understand it. The lessons are fun. Tasks such as classroom discussions, completing activities, and competing in friendly quizzes are some of the methods used to keep you engaged, just to check how you are responding to lessons, which are constantly being altered to meet your individual learning needs. You are assessed by completing assignments and an exam for which we fully prepared for. The units taught are Introduction to Business Studies, Introduction to Management, Principles for Business Strategies, Corporate Social Responsibilities, Workforce Planning, Investigating Entrepreneurship, and Change Management. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my classroom.
That was a fantastic animated video created by Sadia, who, as she said, is the business tutor on the course. And we're going to show you another video from one of the other tutors on the course right now. And just ask you to send your questions through the chat pane on the right if there's anything more that you need to know about the course, and at which point I'm going to start the next video to share with you. This is from Dion, who teaches you the UCAS unit. Away you go.
Hello, my name's Dion and I'm an employability tutor and careers advisor here at the college. The unit that I teach on the Access to HE diploma is a study skills unit called Understanding and Researching Your Opportunities in Higher Education. You will learn all about the UCAS process, completing your applications, writing your personal statements, and you'll learn about the whole process as we go along, and you'll be fully supported with this. Prior to putting your application in, which will be done before Christmas, you will do a lot of research on all of the different universities and courses that you might want to apply to. And you'll understand the courses that you can actually apply for following your Access course. For example, if you're doing Access to Business, you may want to go on and study criminology or law. That's fine. We've had students do that in the past. If you're studying social sciences, you may go on to study educational studies or English. So you don't necessarily have to stay in exactly the same subject area you're studying on your Access course. So we can help you find out the different options that are available to you. In the second term, all of this information and research will be put together and you'll produce a really nice PowerPoint presentation. It will talk about your aspirations, your journey, the fors and against for going to university, and it will justify why you've made the educated and informed decisions that you have. When your presentation's finished, you're then going to present that to your peers and explain your journey and talk about what your hopes are for the future. Thank you.
As you can see, that was Dion, who teaches the UCAS module, which is a really helpful. I'm sure you'll agree, Jackie, won't you, that with Dion's, it was with Dion's significant support that, as you said earlier, though, the students put together the kind of UCAS applications that got them the places.
Totally agree with that, and absolutely, we've been running for 2 years now, and everyone has had offers, which is amazing.
That's fantastic. That's brilliant. We've got one more video to come along now. This is from Mercy, I believe. Is it who teaches on the? Am I right?
On the psychology, and I wanted you to be able to have a flavour of the business and of the social science, because for some people their first choice is which access program's right for me, which one am I most interested in. So you've heard from Sadia, and now you'll hear from Mercy, who teaches the psychology.
Fantastic. Away we go.
Hello, my name is Mercy Chitiga. I am a tutor on the Access to Higher Education Social Sciences course at Leicester Adult Education College. We cover subjects such as psychology and sociology, and I teach the psychology module. Now, can you come up with theories to explain why these people act the way they do? This is essentially what psychology is all about, studying human behavior. The main psychological approaches to studying human behavior are the biological approach, behaviorism, social learning theory, the cognitive approach, the psychodynamic approach, and the humanistic approach. And some of the units covered in the psychology module at the college include Introduction to Psychology. This is where we'll be teaching you the basics of psychology. We do appreciate that some of you have not studied psychology before, so this unit will actually be very helpful to those of you who've not done psychology before. Psychological perspectives and behavior. This is where we'll be looking at various approaches, like the approaches that I've mentioned earlier, the biological approach. How can we use this to explain human behavior? How can we use the cognitive approach to explain human behavior? And we will also look at things like attention, but these are not the only units that we study. There are many more other units that we look at. So why don't you come along and join us to see what else is on offer? So what skills will you gain from studying psychology? Research skills, computer literacy, literacy and numeracy skills, teamwork, critical thinking and evaluation. It could be through a case study or a scenario that you're given, or even a piece of research. You're asked to read that and make judgments on it. Problem-solving skills. So what careers are there in psychology? Clinical psychology, educational psychology, occupational psychology, counseling psychology, forensic psychology, health psychology, sport and exercise psychology, neuropsychology, teaching, and even criminology.
So I hope that gave you a chance to see some of the tutors that you'll be meeting on the course. We've also got the Access to Higher Education Open Day web page, which gives you a chance to look at those again, look at the different units in more detail, and again, contact details for asking us any questions that occur to you just as soon as you switch off the computer.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Jackie. I've been checking the question panel. We don't seem to have any new questions just at the moment. So unless we have any more videos to play, which I'm unaware of, unless
Nope.
you've got anything else, would you just like to finish off in terms of wishing everyone goodbye and thank you for attending this live stream and wrap everything up for us, Jackie?
Yep, so thank you. And as I said, if you're thinking of it, you should do it. That's what one of our students said from not this year, but the year before. She made a short video as well, which is also on the open day. And she said, if you're thinking of it, do it. I think that's good advice. Thank you.
Smashing. Smashing. So thank you for that, Jackie, and thank you for everyone that's took part in watching this live stream. Please go onto Facebook, go onto Twitter, go onto our website, get in touch with us, give us a call, send us an email. If you've got any questions about any of the courses at the college, please get in touch as soon as possible. And thank you for your time in attending these events.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. We're going to say goodbye now, and we hope to see you all at the college very, very soon. Thank you.
Yes. Bye-bye.